अरे सुना क्या?
अरे सुना नहीं क्या? अरे क्या भाई?
अरे कार्निवल आ रहा है। कैसा कार्निवल?
कैसा नहीं, पूछो क्या क्या?
बहुत कुछ hottest discount on our courses, live learning, job opportunity, a perfect way to live in a pure summertime.
अरे इतना सारा?
जी हाँ, इतना सारा. See you at GeeksforGeeks.
अरे कहाँ?
डिस्काउंट लेने.
So, hello everyone, welcome back to Geeks for Geeks. My name is Muskan Agarwal, and today I'm here with yet another webinar. And we have Shivam with us today, and he's going to share about his experience, how he got hired at TAC through Geeks for Geeks portal. But yes, before we start with this webinar and get to hear from him, just confirm me in the comment section if I'm perfectly visible and audible so that we do not have any sort of network issues or glitches in the entire webinar. Just give me a thumbs up if I'm perfectly visible and audible. And then I will quickly add my guest to the stream. Yes. So I'm looking at the comment section, and by the time, if you guys have any questions for Shivam or any questions like how did he get hired, and I will be asking questions from my side as well. But still, if I miss out on any questions, feel free to put it in the comment section, and definitely once I'm done with my questions, I will take all of them up. Yeah, thank you, Priyanshu. Thank you, Sai, for confirming. We'll just wait for another 1 minute maybe so that more people can join us. Yes. By the time, you guys can also put it in the comment section, like what kind of roles are you looking for, like what jobs are you looking for exactly. And yes, for those of you who do not know about Jobathon, you can register for Jobathon. We have various companies that are linked with us, and you can get hired from Geeks for Geeks portal. So yes, the link to Jobathon would be there in the description box below. So do not forget to check it out. Yeah, okay, Priyanshu, you are looking for a Java software developer role. Okay, fine. Okay, so Lalit is asking, got hired for Geeks or through portal. It means that you can get hired at a particular company through Geeks for Geeks portal. That is what this webinar is going to be about. Shivam got hired at Tagged, and he's going to share about the entire journey basically, like how did he get to know about the opening and how did he apply and everything. So basically, all your doubts would be cleared. Full stack developer, remote, part time. Okay, great. Okay, I'll quickly add Shivam now. Hi Shivam, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am good. So, Shivam, before we start with this webinar, can you quickly give the audience a brief introduction about yourself so the audience connects with you better?
Okay, so hello everyone. I am Shivam. I am an associate software engineer at TAG, which is a subsidiary by People Strong. And I did my graduation from IP University, and then I did my post graduation from NSIT.
So, talking about tag, can you tell us that how did you get to know about this particular job?
Okay, so I read a lot of articles about coding and data structure related on GFG. So on one day I saw this tag called jobs, and I clicked it, and there I find a lot of opportunities. It redirected me to the jobs portal of GFG, and so I saw the portal. I immediately created my profile, and going by the reputation of GFG, I thought that this will be the chance where I will get some fruitful results. So, and that's what happened. So I clicked and browsed through the jobs, applied to the relevant jobs, and yeah, that's how I got the call from Tagged. And after that, it's the procedure from the company side.
Right. That is really great. So talking about the entire procedure, like what was the application procedure? Like what all steps did you have to do at the Geeks for Geeks portal in order to apply at TAG? Also, what was the application procedure that you applied from the company's side?
Okay, so on the GFG portal, it was a pretty straightforward procedure, which I prefer it has to be. Like, so there are various company cards, or we can say job cards, where it is the name of the company, the profile, the experience, and location which the job is at. And when you click on that, you get redirected to their full job description, and there you can see if that is a relevant job you're looking for, and then you can apply for it.
Okay, that
And
is
about talking about the company process, it was a really smooth process where I applied. So they called me, and they scheduled a test, the online assessment, and I got the link from of the online assessment. They told me to complete it as soon as possible. So I completed it on Sunday, and immediately on the next day, I got the call from the HR that you are shortlisted for the next round. So the second round of the interview has to happen on Monday, but I got into some emergency, and then I rescheduled it for Tuesday. And Tuesday they took the technical round, and in the evening it was an HR round and final offer. So I like the procedure, how fast and quick it was. So this is what happened in my case.
okay, that is really great. Also, the next thing, like I heard this myth among students that people from tier one college are given the preference. So, what are your views? Like the entire procedure, did you feel like your college was a restriction, or some students from particular college were given, preference or something? Like, what is your views on it?
Okay, so as far as my journey concerned, I think that your resume matters a lot more than your college. So if you have done decent projects, 4 5 projects, one or two couple of internships, then your profile is good to go. Put everything in the resume you have done, and provide the relevant links of the projects, like some GitHub links of the projects, and if there is an internship, then provide the certificates. So all those things, and prepare a fairly decent resume, and then start applying for the jobs. You will definitely get the call from the company if they are looking for the relevant skills which you have.
Okay, great. And also, can you tell a bit about your college? Like, is it a tier one, or two, or three college?
Okay, so my graduation college was a tier 3 college, and my post graduation college is NSIT. So it is a tier 1 college, but yeah, due to some COVID situation, placements were somewhere, like, college
Yeah.
placements were affected. Yeah.
So the next question I would like to ask is that there are few of the problem. Like I still see few of the companies who do not visit tier two or three colleges. So what are the problems according to you that students from not so good colleges face as compared to students that are from good colleges or tier one colleges?
Okay, so tier 3 colleges, like the biggest problem I would say is to search the jobs. Like, you can acquire the skills like in the same way as a tier 1 college student do, but searching for a job is a really tough task to do. You
Right.
have to like apply for the referrals, and that is, everyone knows, that is a hard task. So when you apply for like 100 referrals, you get around 5 to 10 responses on that, and apply on like job portals. That is also a tough task to do. So I guess that is the only thing. Like, finding opportunities is a tough task for tier 2 3 colleges.
Right. Like they have to
Yes.
put in the extra effort. Like the companies will not visit them basically. They have to visit the
Yeah,
company. Yes. For
they
tier
have
one,
to
the
visit the
companies are
company.
visiting them. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the advantage tier 1 gets.
Yeah, that is the only advantage I think. But I see nowadays there are a lot of hackathons, and as companies are there on Geeks for Geeks portal as well. So companies are hiring students irrespective of what tier of college they are. So yes, definitely, like, things are changing now.
Yeah, things are
Yeah.
changing. Exactly.
Yes. Then the next thing I would like to ask, through the entire hiring procedure, like, how was your experience? Like, was it smooth, or did you face any difficulties in certain steps? Basically, what was your experience through the entire procedure?
It was a really smooth experience when I saw the Geeks for Geeks jobs portal. So the first time I saw it, I was really amazed. Like, this is just a job card. You click on it, and then you just have to click on the apply, and that's it. And the job is done.
Right.
You create your profile once, you upload your resume once. No need to re-upload it for the different company when you're applying. No need to fill the other details. All the resume uploads are done once, just once. Or otherwise, when you update your skills, you have to change it as well. But application, when you apply on a company, that is really smooth. I just loved the interface. It is really great. You just click on the card, you get redirected to the full JD, and you just have to click on the apply.
Yeah, I think it saves a lot of time. Like, if you're supposedly applying for 10 companies, you have to fill the application procedure of 10 companies. Whereas at
Right.
Geeks for Geeks portal, like, fill it once and then just click on apply button as you mentioned, and it will
Yeah.
automatically submit your details. So yes, definitely, I think it is something that all the students who are in their colleges should definitely check it out.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So the next thing that I've noticed, that few of the students are not even aware about it. Like, that Geeks for Geeks has this job portal as well, and there is something called jobathon going on, whereas the companies hire students directly from the portal. So I would like to ask you, like, how did you get to know about the portal?
Yes, so as I said earlier, I was reading an article somewhere, I guess related to stack or something. Then I saw this button or tag, you say, called jobs. I clicked it, I got redirected to the portal, and that's how I get to know about it.
Right.
Right.
That is really great. Also, those of you who are watching this now, like, now you all know this from this webinar, so do not miss this opportunity. And also tell your friends about this opportunity. I think all the students should make the maximum use of it. Right. Yeah. So the next question I actually have already mentioned about your experience, and what all, like, the entire procedure. But still, were there any separate steps that you already mentioned through the entire, like, the till you were finally hired at that? Like, were there any steps that were missed earlier?
So, yeah, you just have to create your profile once,
Yeah.
create a fairly decent profile, and then just start applying. There are certain job cards, and also there is a filtering option according to your experience and your job location, where your preferred location is. You can put the relevant filters according to you, and just start applying to the relevant jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as you mentioned, that the entire procedure was very smooth, but still, were there any problems or difficulties that you faced throughout the experience, so that we can improvise on those?
Okay, so talking about improvisation, I guess there is just one small thing. Like, if I have applied to a job, then that job card should also reflect that you have already applied to it, so that
Okay,
you don't have to click
reapply.
on it again. Like, if you are applying to 10 companies, so you cannot remember all 10 companies after 1 week.
Hmm.
So when you again come back on the portal, like, there should be some flag or something that you have applied to this one, and you can apply to those which you haven't already applied yet. Yep.
Right. So thank you so much for this. Like, I think it is a very good feedback, and we will definitely look into it. Also, people who are watching this and who have used our portal, you guys can also suggest what all feedbacks or suggestions you have for our portal and how we guys can improve. So yes, do not forget to put it out in the comment section, and I will be watching those soon. Then my next question is about the Geeks for Geeks team. So how helpful was the Geeks for Geeks corporate placement team throughout the process? Like, were all your doubts solved and were your queries being solved from time to time?
Yes, so queries are solved time to time. If I have a doubt, I just need to make a call, and so yeah, the other person knows what they are doing. So it is nice to see that this is also going on pretty smoothly.
So also, if you guys are if you guys are using our portal, and if you guys have any problem, you guys can directly contact our corporate team, and they are really quick in getting back to you. So definitely try to just reach out to them as soon as possible, and as soon as you face any difficulty in the entire procedure or experience. So my next question is, what was the tech stack that was asked in your interview at hand?
So in the interview, there were DSA problems. There were three problems I have to solve in my preferred language, and yeah. So in the second question, there were around 5 to 8 follow-up questions in the second question. Like you
Okay.
have to go through the edge cases and all those things, and yeah, you have to code it in your preferred language. That's how it happened with me.
Okay, okay, like there was no language barrier or something like you have to code it
Yeah,
in.
yeah, no language barriers. So they are just looking for the good problem solver,
Okay.
and yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
that is
it
good.
happened.
Actually, a lot of students waste a lot of time thinking that what language should we use, Java, C++, Python. I think like logic is more important than language. Like
Yeah.
uh, get to know the logic of the question, and then I think language one can switch in 1 week as well. So yes, and as you mentioned, there was no language barrier. Right? So
Yeah. So
then like
he
yeah, yeah, yeah,
interviewer
continue.
asked me about like Java, and I said yes. So Java is my preferred language, and then he started asking question and told me to write the code, and that's it. So he wasn't like looking for a certain language or something. So you can switch language because it is just the syntax. You can switch
Right,
it in a week or so. It is just about some practice, and so problem solving is what really matters.
right. I absolutely agree with that. Also, like how many rounds were there? Like you mentioned that there was a DSA round, but like were there any other rounds as well apart from DSA round?
So like after the interview, first technical interview, so they generally have a second technical interview, but in my case they skipped that, and they directly forward me to the HR round. So that's how it happened in my case. But generally, in like most of the cases, it is one online assessment, two two technical, and one HR.
Okay, okay. I think the technical interview depends on how you perform in the first interview. If like you perform really good, then they might skip the second interview, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah. Then the next thing, like I would like to ask about the interview. Like, how would you rate the difficulty level of the interview? Was it easy, medium, or difficult?
Yeah. So initially, interviewer starts with the easy question, and it is the follow-up questions in that easy question which makes it difficult or medium to difficult levels. So
Right.
this is how it happens. Like it is a stage process. So they start asking questions on that. So it was uh, medium difficulty, I guess.
Medium is difficult. I think
Yeah.
the follow-up question comes from whatever you will say. So don't speak anything
Yeah.
like that you do not know.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so I would like to share my experience as well. Like one of my friend gave an interview and he used hash map, but like he just knew what hash map is and what does it do, but not the internal working. So the follow up question was like explain the internal working of hash map, and he was not able to answer it. So yes, so obviously he did not get selected finally because he just knew how to use it, but not the internal workers. So even for DSA, I think you should know the data structures internally as well, like how they are working,
Right.
not just like you are using the
Right.
STL or something and they're just
Right.
okay.
Exactly.
So the next question was like, what type of questions were asked in the interview process? Like, do not give us the exact questions, but like, can you give us an example of an example question or like a gist of question that was asked to you?
So, uh, like lot of there are a ton of questions on arrays and array lists. So arrays questions like they start from simply sorting or removing duplicates to the end where you can implement DP and all sort of things on arrays. So this is the topic which I would say prepare really good for arrays,
Right.
and array list is also an important topic. So these are the like pretty standard topics which are really important, but there are a ton of questions in those topics. So yeah, prepare well for them.
Yeah, right. So like, how would you rate the difficulty level? Medium only.
Yeah, yeah,
Medium only. Yeah, and I think array is like the building block of all the data structures. I think you should know it like very well because if you do
right,
not know arrays, then I think you cannot move to other data structures before that. So yes.
right, right.
Then I would like to ask, like after you were placed, like the entire procedure was done. How did you find the gesture of the company, and like if you had any problems afterwards as well, were your queries solved from our end, or like did you face any difficulties after like the entire placement thing was done?
No, no, I haven't really faced any issue. So the onboarding process from the company end is really smooth, and I got an unexpected call from GFG about this webinar. So that is also a great opportunity to share my experience. So everything was smooth. Right, right.
Right. So that is really great to hear, and I hope all the students who are watching this, or all the people who are watching this, and if you know they are applying through our portal, like we get to resolve all your doubts, and it should be a smooth experience for you guys as well. So my last question to you before I move to the comment section would be if you have to give a short message to the students who are still looking for jobs and you know who are going to give their interviews, like what would be your message to them?
Okay, so first of all, apply as much as you can, take as much interview experience as you can, and become more process oriented than result oriented. You know, after getting a placement in a decent company, the job is not done yet. You have to learn the tech stack the company is working on. You have to learn what project they are doing, and you have to keep growing with the company, and with within yourself also you have to keep growing. So my take would be you have to be process oriented rather than result oriented, and also there is this thing uh, candidates ask like how to be motivated.
Right.
So yeah, so I would say motivation is a overly hyped term. You have to be consistent in what you are doing. Like if you are not in a mood on some day, like it is your rough day and you are not able to do anything, so just try to solve one question and you are good to go. Move on, start on the next day, and try to do two questions on the other day. Just keep moving forward. Be process oriented, results will follow you. You don't need to follow your results if you will become process oriented.
Yeah, I think that's a really great advice. So consistency has helped me also in my life personally. And I think even if you're not good at something today, if you are consistent for 30 days, like I can guarantee that you know you will be good at that like at the end of 30 days. If you're consistent, as you mentioned, like do one DSA question every day, but don't be
Yep,
like I do not do any question.
yep,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah. So then Priyanshu Agarwal has asked, please give step-by-step explanation. How can I apply through jobs from GFG? I think he has already answered this question. Like just enter your application details once and then
Yep,
keep applying to the company, right? Right. Also, the link to the portal would be there in the description box below. So, if you guys want to know like where you can fill your details and everything, the entire procedure, like how you should apply, is mentioned there as well. So, definitely check the link out in the description box below. Okay. So then Mukesh has asked that I don't have a tech degree, but he has a certification in web development. So, like basically, was there any minimum requirement and can he get a job? Basically, was there any minimum requirement when you were applying for your job?
Yes, so it is a nice question. So what you have to do, Mukesh, is you have certifications. You must be have a decent resume, your certifications, and I guess you have built some projects also. So start applying for the internships, and then build up your resume, build up your profile as much as you can, and then you will definitely find a decent job in the tech field. And web development is booming these days, so you will definitely get a job, my friend. And yeah, start applying for internships, and even internship might turn into a full-time role if you perform very well in there also.
Definitely. And also, as you advised earlier, also that do not apply at one place. Apply at as many places as you can.
As many places.
Yeah, this was one of the mistakes that I did in my initial years. Like I used to apply at one or two places, and then I used to cry that I'm not getting responses from those places. But the right thing is you have to apply for 100 places, then you get response from two.
Right,
So
right. So everyone face this mistake. They learn by doing. I also done the same, and
right,
everyone will do this if they are going
right,
for the off-campus opportunities. They will start applying here and there, one or two companies casually, and then they will learn from that they have to apply rigorously to get a job.
yes. Also, I wanted to ask about the code. Like the way we write a code in an interview is very different to what we write on Leap Code or various other platforms
Right.
when we practice. So, can you give few suggestions or what all things you kept in mind while you were writing your code in the interview?
Yeah, so one thing I do is I have this habit of watching mock interviews a lot.
Hmm.
So they what they do is they write the code in Google Docs, in which you have to close the curly braces and you have to put the tab after every line. So that helped me a lot, and the way they approached the problem, that helped me a lot. And yeah, in the interview, if you have coded enough on IDE itself, then you have taken care of the indentation, then you are good to go. You don't have to do anything much about it. Like
Right.
I myself wrote my codes in Notepad. I So it wasn't really difficult. You just have to press tab and close the braces and curly braces. Yeah,
Right.
you just have to do
Yeah. Also, indentation is very important. Like
that. Right.
if the interviewer cannot read the code, no matter the code is correct or not correct, like I don't think he'll give you any points for that coding section.
Right,
So
right. Clean code is really important. So the
yeah,
interviewers look up to it.
yeah. Sometimes students are like, we did the entire code, we did everything, still we're not getting selected. I think not writing clean code is one of the very big reasons why some of the
Yeah.
students not getting selected.
Right, right.
Yeah. Also, one thing I would like to add that be like think out loud. Like whatever you're thinking, I think students should keep telling
Yeah.
the interviewer whatever they're thinking.
Yeah, and uh, what I personally do is I think of an idea which I am processing, and I first write it down, and then I start speaking. So that is where I feel I have to work on it. Like I have
Definitely.
to start speaking just after when I get the ideas. So
Right.
yeah, you have to speak about your ideas. Thinking out loud is the one thing which will give you a better chance in the interviews.
Right. And I think the interviewers are really helpful. Like if you are thinking out loud, they will help you, like they'll guide you in
Right,
the right direction if you're going in the wrong one, right? So it has helped me
right,
personally a lot. Many a times I've been giving interviews and I started at the wrong direction. But because I was thinking out loud, so the interviewer told me that, think in this way. Then I understood that yes, maybe I can do this.
Right.
So yes,
Right.
it will help you only. Yes. Then Vinod has asked that he is a first year student from a tier 3 college. So, what should he do? Basically, what would be your advice for him to get placed in a good company till the time his final year comes?
So first year is pretty early. Like I haven't prepared
Right.
anything in the first year, but yeah. So we know you are going in the right direction, my friend. Like you are worrying about your first placement in the first year itself. So just start learning new technologies and prepare yourself to learn data structures. That's what I say. And like start with your preferred language, whichever you like, and start solving some problems, some basic arrays problems, some strings, and all those things. Start doing that, and learn one technology like web development or mobile development or Python, data science, AI, ML. All these things are booming right now. So start learning one of those things and build decent projects in them. So it is a process, that I have said earlier. It is a process. You have to be process oriented. So as Vinod is in first year, so if he starts today, these small building blocks will help him to get the job in the final year. So yeah, start studying, start learning new technologies and build some projects. And if you are in first year, then also enjoy.
Right. That is also very important. But yeah, it is really great to see that, even I see many first year students, they are so aware about it, like about the placement thing and everything, and about the tech stack. Like they start from the first year, as soon as they enter college, they start. So it's kind of good also to see students, aware from the first year itself. Yes. So I think I've taken up all the questions from the comment section. Still, we'll wait for another 10 seconds, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comment section. Yeah, so I could see a lot of people are mentioning different tech stacks and different job roles for which they are looking jobs for. So at Geeks for Geeks, it is not like we are just providing jobs for one particular role. Like there are companies hiring for different roles. So definitely check all the companies out, and whatever roles they are applying, they are, or whatever roles they are offering and what suits you the best. Right? So make full use of it.
Right.
So I don't think we have any other questions. We try to take all the questions. Thank you so much, Shivam, for coming to Geeks for Geeks and sharing about your entire hiring experience. And thank you for giving your feedback. And I hope it was a very smooth experience for you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for joining. And yes, I could see still there are few of the questions. So definitely reach out to our team if you have any problem during the entire hiring procedure, or you have any other doubts regarding the hiring, like how you can apply and what are the steps exactly. So yes, with this I will see you in the next webinar, and if you guys want to reach out to us, feel free to do so. Bye.